What is up, you guys? Look at this adorable, cute, but also very functional and kind of like sleek, modern looking bag. It is from Arktype. It's the Dashpack Mark II. It is a nice, tight 15-liter bag with lots and lots of organization. I am 5'10", all right? Here's what the bag looks like on me, 5'10", about 190 pounds. Now, I'm gonna walk you through every nook and cranny on this bag, and there are quite a few nooks and quite a few crannies. But first, here's my gist on this bag. First of all, it is tight. It is a 15-liter bag, so I love carrying minimally and traveling minimally, especially when there's a pocket for everything that I need. This bag satisfies that. However, I will say that it was quite tight in use. I mean, for me personally, it was tight. I could fit everything I need to in there, and it was like just right. But I don't mind having a little bit more space just in case I need to shove in a sweater. A little bit more space in case I need to throw in a different pair of headphones because that I'm testing. You know how life is, like you get, like there's like little things you might need to like, oh, today I had to carry this instead of that. This bag is a little unforgiving in that regard. When you have things you're already carrying, it's like tight. And some of us actually love that. Some of us are like, dude, I only have what I need and it is perfect. I know you guys out there. I know some of you are fucking serious about that, and I know the feeling of it. I got my kit. This is all I need. This is a good bag for that. For like, I got my kit. This is all I need. Okay, so the first point is it is a little tight. The second point I think is really important is the look of it is like you're looking at this, right? You're looking at this. If this is like fine to you, if this is like, no, that's fine. If it has enough pockets, if it's made from the right materials, which it is, if it is strong enough, if it is nice to use, which it is, then like this is the right kind of look for me. If you're feeling that right now and you're just like, I just need to make sure there's enough pockets, I just need to make sure, like you're gonna really like this bag because this is what it looks like. It's sleek, it's minimal, there's no real branding except for this little tag down here. I should show this, that there's a water bottle pocket on either side as well, just so you know. Anyways, the point is if you're liking the look of this and you're just like, I hope it has enough pockets, then you need to pay attention because you get like, make yourself comfortable. You're gonna like this bag. Okay, it's actually this is point 3, it's actually a very nice build on this bag. The decisions that they've made with how the straps are attached, the innovative solution that they've come to create here, which I haven't seen on really any other bags. Actually, I've seen it on a few others, to where you adjust like this, so there's no dangling straps. Here, you do have to get used to it and figuring out how to set your thing, but it doesn't move once you're there. It's like, and there's no straps dangling. That's quite nice. The mil-spec stuff that they have on their compression straps and on the accessory straps here, and the fact that it's all hand fucking made in the US of fucking A. This thing is built very thoughtfully. You will like grabbing these straps. You will like using this simple handle. You will like the comfort of this stuff. Very low frills, I'll say. It's not the way that it doesn't please my senses the way that other bags have. The material on the Pact 1. That weird rigidity, but that I kind of like in the Mission Workshop's rake bag. The kind of materials that you're working with that you're like, I think this is actually gonna get better over time, not worse. This doesn't quite do that, doesn't have that. It feels like it's just solid. What it is right now is what it's gonna be as long as you can keep it in decent working order, and it's made from badass shit that's very easy to keep in decent working order. And then finally, there are lots of little nooks and crannies and pockets to put your things. Little places for your dongles, little places for your MacBook charger, places for where you put your headphones, places for a computer and other stuff, business papers, man. And so let's get into all the pockets. That's right, folks, it's time to get into the pocket! I love that basically what I am for a living is a cranny creeper. You're like, hey buddy, start opening up those pockets and show me what's going on as you shove popcorn into your mouth. Let's get this video going. Okay, so first of all, looking around the outside of the bag, straps are comfortable. Bag is small, tight, minimal, sleek. I wouldn't say minimal, there's actually a lot of pockets, but sleek, like a little jetpack on you. The straps are very comfortable because the bag is so small, and they have nice reinforcement, padding, thickness feels good. Mesh on the back, not like an air channel sort of thing that you're gonna notice, but also it's mesh enough so hopefully the sweat doesn't get too bad. Handle at the top, very simple, minimal. This would be a place that I would say we could update this and have a little signature. Let's have a little archetype thing going on up here. Part of the design of this bag and the signature of this bag really is the like, we don't have signatures, right? But you do. They have, the design of the bag is a signature. This right here, this has a voice. This has a, and I think this is an interaction on the bag that we're all interacting with. Arktype, step this one, like what does a handle need to be? What do you think a handle is? If this is it, then this is it. But I think going one step further in a direction that says we thought about this too, that would make me think about your decision making more often as I'm using the bag. Okay, front of the bag, very minimal, sleek, water resistant zippers, okay? Like gussets on everything so that, you know, water this is very highly water resistant. This is a solid bag in terms of water resistance. You do have some accessory loops down here, which is a little bit of a bummer that it's like 1, 2, 3 on one side, 1, 2, 3 on the other side. So you have to, if for instance, you're thinking about putting a little bike reflective thing, you want to put it right in the middle, right? But you can't, you have to put it on one side or the other. Or maybe you could get two then and balance it just for the people who are thinking about, and OCD about things like that. But you can put on a lot of accessories here. Mostly I can picture you putting a bike lock right through there. Hopefully, if it's the right size for your bike lock. Personally, I don't know what accessories I would put there. Personally, I literally don't know. I actually don't know. If you find a link of accessories, put it in the comments below. Zipper pulls are killer. They're just simple rope. They feel considered, they feel thoughtful, they feel burned into place, so they're not coming undone, and they're quiet. There's not a lot of noise going on. Finally, on the outside of the bag, water bottle holders on either side. The water bottle holder is tight like a tiger. Tight like a tiger. It's actually, it needs two hands to get in. There's no like just shoving it in. You have to actually open it up to get your thing in, but that is aligned with the aesthetic of the bag. Small, tight, minimal, sleek. Just what you need, solid. Oh, and the other thing on here, compression straps that you can use to compress your bag, as well as I end up using it as a handle a lot. It's actually really useful as a handle on either side. I actually find that to be extremely useful. And then they have this interesting way of doing it where you have a little clip that clips things down. Honestly, compression on this bag is not at all necessary in my experience. What these really serve the purpose of is if you need to wrap something into your water bottle holder, or you need to clip something onto your bag. You have a D-ring here, you have another down here. Potentially, you could do it as a briefcase kind of thing. However, there's nothing to do with your straps. They're still gonna be hanging out. Okay, let me start the conversation on the pockets with what I think is the most difficult part of this bag for me. There are two spots to put your laptop. One of them is back here with this zippered thing. The zipper is water resistant. You have a nice zipper pull. In here, you could barely fit a 15-inch laptop, okay? So here's my old MacBook Pro, which is a little bit bigger than my slimmer new MacBook Pro, and it just barely gets in there, right? And the experience of putting it into there is just not very, it's not nice. There is a zipper inside of here that's right up against your laptop if you're doing a big one. I think a 13-inch would fit much more comfortably, very easily and effortlessly. If you're doing a 13-inch, you will love this pocket for that. However, I will say that 15-inch is possible. I just don't like doing it. The amount of work that's necessary to get it in, right, requires two hands, thoughtfulness, cognitive load, thinking about it, trying to slip it in, fit it in, and you've got that zipper in there up against your beautiful computer. So it's just like, ugh, I have not liked that. However, you can use the internal pocket, which I'll show you in a bit. It's just not nearly as, I just didn't do that. I was actually using this because I liked using this more than going into the bag, moving things around, getting all my stuff out. Back of the bag, though, this pocket, lots of space, and then you do have a mesh pocket inside here where you could further sort of segment stuff. Now, you'll notice that that opens up on this side of the bag. Well, so does this on this one. The whole bag was made so that you can access all the things from the same side of the bag. This pocket, as well as the laptop and things like that. By the way, on the laptop, I cannot get into it without doing that little maneuver. Did you see what I did there? One more time for the folks back home. That little maneuver. Have you ever used a bag that you had to do that to get into? There was like a flip, like the Topo Mountain briefcase, for example. You have to do a little flip. It's just something you think about, you get used to doing. When you love the bag, it's fine. When you're not crazy about the bag, it starts getting on your fucking nerves after a little while. Back to this front pocket, okay? In here, I have my always need you, never want to see you. A lot of questions about this. Dayfarer Designs makes this thing. I'll put a link to it below because it is honestly one of my favorite little dongle pouches. Right now he's selling on Indiegogo and I think you can purchase. I'm not sure if he's fulfilling the orders yet. My always need you, never want to see you. So I have everything I need in there. I just need to make sure it's in my bag. I don't want it to be someplace that I get it all the time. Also in here, I have my notebook from Baron Fig and my Mac. Look how nice I really spent time on my cable on this one. I don't always do that. Okay, then somewhat strangely, there are so many things that you can use to organize in here. This is interesting. A whole strip of elastic sewn in things where you could clip pens in, you could put your glasses through potentially. You could really use these guys to, you know, some of you, a bunch of you Rodneys out there are like, dude, I could really go nuts on that. Maybe. I don't know. They also have a D-ring in here where you could clip stuff to, potentially. Sort of big and loud. I like the way that Tom Bihn does it a bit more, where there's just like hidden little O-rings up there that you can use one of their leashes and strap to. I just like that a little bit more because it's a little more hidden away. I mean, this is just up against whatever's in there. Pocket's relatively deep, but it doesn't stop there. There's also a zippered pocket on this other side, which is basically the perfect size for a pen case if you had like a handful of different pens or a pair of sunglasses or something like that. But then of course to get into there, you're opening this up. You must not have anything else big in this pocket. Then you're zipping into this thing and grabbing your stuff without being able to really see it. Then zipping it closed to get, you know what I mean? It's a lot of work to be using that pocket. It's a lot of work to be using that pocket. It's a lot of work, a little less work to be using this pocket because it is sideways with you here. For instance, you could leave this open because whatever you have in there is not going to probably fall out of it when you use the bag because that opening for that pocket is right up against this other zipper. Okay, so that's everything on the outside of the bag besides the last piece, which is our main compartment. Zippers come down about 3/4 of the way on both sides. Okay, so this is our access. This is our access right here. Got bags of trail mix falling out. I've got some zippers here and here. Put my sunglasses case up here. Nice little bit of dimension here. Love this. Thank you, Arktype. Little bit of, actually, I mean, it's like really they just add the dimension up at the top where the zipper is. Honestly, it's like this is flat except for that. And that makes such a big difference to be able to have a little bit of 3D space to put stuff into instead of just a straight flat mesh pocket like they have on the back panel here. This pocket is just flat and mesh. That's what it's supposed to be. So it's like paper, like this kind of thing, a journal, something flat you want to throw in there. I always love it when they have when bag companies put a little bit of dimension, a little bit of 3D-ness in those pockets. There's another pocket down below that zips up as well. That is a flat one. It is also not mesh, so it's like perfect place for stuff that you don't want to see. Another also perfect size for your pens or something. It's just like a perfect little pen case. Okay, so then inside the bag, I know it's dark, but I have my headphones here, okay, which I have in a flat little case that keeps them low profile, kind of protected. And there's how much space we have in this bag. I do not know if you can get a sense of that at all. Let me see if I put my one, it's just like literally just darkness in there. Another little piece that you can actually change on a bag, like making the bottom color like actually bright orange or like a bright material, makes it so much easier to see what's going on down there. Okay, and then while I'm here, I'll show you, this is the place where you can put your you have like a little elastic strap where you could easily get a 15-inch laptop in there, okay, with room to spare at the top. All right, so if you were putting your computer there, you'd have to zip this most of the way down and then do this kind of thing to kind of get at it, right? So I can get it in and out. It always is gonna catch on these guys a little bit unless you'd like hold them down in some way or do the flip and go. So it's a flip and go. But I was using that pouch just to throw some books that I'm reading, the Shadows on the Path, and, oh, this is interesting, the Shaman and Ayahuasca. Ooh. Inside here, another little D-ring that you could put some accessories on, but mostly it's just, can you get a sense of the space there? It's a solid, like it's just a nice, tight, simple bag. And simple is actually out of place there. Like it feels simple, but in actuality, it has a lot of functionality, a lot of pockets and a lot of places to organize. So whether you like putting things in the front or inside or around the back or, strapped to the outside of the bag, using one of those D-rings or strapped into some of the elastic stuff, putting on an outside pocket or something like that. However you want to do it, you can kind of do it with this thing. Now let's talk about some other bags to compare this to. This is the Civic Panel Loader from Evergoods, one of my favorite bags to work with like ever. I love this bag. The materials feel like I love this bag a lot. I like it. Okay, check out my review on that one. In the I am waiting to put a review out on this one because they don't have any in stock yet. They just don't have any in stock yet. They sold out because it's a dope fucking bag. But look at the link below for more information on that. Here's a kind of interesting one you might not be thinking that is quite similar to this. It's the Simple Office from Qwstion or Qwstion. It has a very interesting way of doing a backpack strap that can also turn into an over-the-shoulder thing. It's nicely organized. It is a good little size. It's tight, and it's a little less. It's like less mil-spec than this, right? It's like if you didn't care about the mil-spec, if you didn't care about like pocket for every dongle, this is some of the direction and a little more of a stylistic interest is where you would land in this. And honestly, just a really fun bag to use. It's not that expensive and it's a really fun bag to use. Check out the link in the description for that. All right, this is the Day Pack, the Work Collection Day Pack from Air, all right? This needs to be talked about because it has lots of organization as well, just a little simpler and a little more affordable than this bag. Great materials, solid materials and build. They're doing sort of decent solid materials at scale with the right amount of organization. The materials don't give you the feel of, I'd say it feels pretty effectively similar. I prefer the feel of this a little bit more, but for the price in this, you get excellent materials and build quality and organization galore. Check out the link in the description for that one. And then the Bihn Synapse 25. Okay, I include this because pocket for every dongle, as well as a lot of capacity. And it's the kind of thing that you can use easily as a daily carry, have access to everything right there, first order access on the outside of the bag, and though, have a lot of capacity. Even though it doesn't carry like a big bag, it has tons of capacity. So that is the Arktype Mark II Dashpack. I think it is a very solid offering, extremely considered. It's not my favorite aesthetic in some ways, but it is one of those bags you would just like, if you go like, oh, carry the way this thing asks you to, and it will be a constant companion to you for many years to come. It's one of those things that is thoroughly considered and well built. It won't let you down. I say that because I can just tell by the decisions they made, by the options that you have, the fabric and materials, like, dude, there's not a place on this that's gonna let you down within the next few years. Like, this is gonna last you for a long time. And that's why I'm encouraging you, if you are thinking about it and you're like, fuck though, the $200 price tag, dude, get into it. Take a chance, like try it. Just see how much more you can save money by buying one bag you like a lot that's made well and thoughtfully designed instead of buying a cheaper bag every so often. It really is true. You will save money over time or roughly come out even if you go with better quality, more thoughtful stuff that you actually like more. It's a few extra dollars, isn't it? It might be more money than you think of spending, but that is the question that a lot of us are facing. And the invitation to, like, if you have less stuff, but it's better, you actually might come out on top. And as always, if you purchase, please do so through my links. As you might have heard, my kids were screaming outside as my wife was kind of taking them from one position to the other. There's a lot of activities with kids, but the reason why I'm here doing this is because we actually are earning our way through life by showing you bags that you might want to get. I tell you the truth. If you don't want these bags, don't get these bags. If you don't want to use my links, don't use my links. But at no cost to you, if you use my links on some of these bags, I do get a piece of the sale, a small piece, and it just supports the channel. And I'm so utterly grateful for all of you who do it. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for purchasing. If you do, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to get you into a bag that you feel fucking great about for years and years to come, because dude, bags are cool.
Bagworks.co, chasereeves.net. Those are the websites.
I guess those are the websites. Yeah, he's wanting us to, I guess, go check out what he's up to or something like that. Yeah, looks nice.